Well, Mike ended the stream by accident, so I gotta wait for everybody to come in. My goodness. Mike. Hopefully everybody will find me. Oh, boy. Oh, you found me, Tahir. Thank you. Yes, Mike ended the stream on us. Tahir, do you remember the title we had? Oh, my goodness. That's so funny. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That was Mike this time. He ended the stream on us. Oh, God. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Tahir, if you can change the title. I can't remember what we had now. Oh, I think it was
he'll be able to see anyway, Steph. He can look back at that video now because it'll be on StreamYard.
Okay. So can you change this title, I guess, to
that?
Yeah.
And change the other one to Mike being a donut.
Yeah, right. Hey, Melinda. Hey, everybody. Wendy, Linda, TT Tracker, Tahir, of course. Tiny. Welcome. Come on in. Renee. I can't believe Mike. See, that's what I did, I guess, last time, because it doesn't tell you, because it just says end. And it doesn't tell you, like, to leave or whatever. So you got to, like, when I go out, I just got to X. I can't hit any of the other buttons. Hit those likes on your way in. Yes, we got to re-like the page.
Yeah, get liking on your way in, because your co-host is now your host.
Yes, I will be your host.
At least 2 months. So there we go.
I will be your host for today and probably tomorrow. I don't know when Mike is going to come back. He'll probably be back tomorrow, I'm sure.
Oh no, he'll come back on, but you're going to be the main host. Let's face
it. Yes. And so come on in. Thank you, Tahir. Appreciate that. Hey Lily. Yeah, we got a video for you guys today, which should be pretty interesting. I'm gonna give everybody some time to come in, because I know we had like 33 in the chat. When,
just give it about 7 minutes, Steph, because that's when the algorithm starts to kick in.
Okay, sounds good.
We can just chat before that, and chat about what we just saw, because that's after about seven minutes, and Tahir can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think it's after about 7 minutes that the algorithm kicks in and starts pushing out.
Yep. Mike did end us by accident. Yes, so we're over here because Mike ended us by accident. No biggie. Hey, everyone, all over again. I know, right? All over again, Plotter. Start from the top. Stephen, Murph, and Mods, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Jamie.
Appreciate it. Nightbot's in here. Don't forget to like and share, guys. Yes.
Tahir's son. Nightbot is Tahir's son, for anybody that doesn't know. Nightbot annoys the hell out of me.
Somebody told me that they got into an argument with Nightbot on a different channel, and they told Nightbot to go F off. And I started laughing because I was like, they're like, who is Nightbot? Nightbot's been stalking me. I was like, Nightbot is Tahir's son, but yeah, it's not a real person. So they were like, what? They were like, yeah, Nightbot was telling me something in another chat. And I was like, well, I guess Tahir set him up for something else in like another person's chat. Oh, had me dying because they were telling me.
For those that don't know, Nightbot is literally in what it says in its name. It's a bot. But it's a bot that we set up, or Tahir's set up, so that when he's not here, then it automatically just reveals information. So Nightbot is not a real person, right? And if you see Nightbot on any other channel, it's exactly the same thing. So don't go arguing and stressing yourself out with Nightbot.
Yep. Don't. Yeah, Nightbot. She was like, he's harassing me. I was like, it was so funny. It had me dying. Hey Cap, how you doing? First time. Love you guys. All right. Welcome. Come in, get comfortable. Let me see if I'm gonna go ahead and like while I'm out here too, because I don't even think I had time to like the last one before they cut it on me. So let's see. Let me make sure I like everything. Let's see. Like, all right, I got my like in here. Oh no. I pushed the wrong button. Okay. So yeah, so come on in is also not a real a troll is also not a real person. Yes, Dragon. I guess we won't see the comments behind this screen here, but it's okay. You'll keep going. Nightbot is AI. Yes, Nightbot is AI. 𝗕𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗦's son, created and loved by 𝗕𝗟𝗡, his papa.
No, and this is a fun fact. 𝗕𝗟𝗡 can't stand Nightbot either.
You don't like your own son, 𝗕𝗟𝗡?
It just means that 𝗕𝗟𝗡 can sleep. That's all Nightbot's duty is. It just means that 𝗕𝗟𝗡 can get some rest. That's all it is. Oh, Mike's back online. How are you back online?
Who, Mike? He's texting.
Yeah, Mike.
Look at him. Yeah, because they haven't taken off yet, so they can't see him texting. Yeah. Once he gets high enough in the sky, it'll turn off. He'll be out of range.
Oh, right, okay.
Send him upstairs. Mike is in the chat because he's on the plane right now going to the Philippines. So he has, his first flight, and so he's going out, and he's in
Mike,
the chat.
You ended the stream, man. You ended the stream. We had 8 people at least watching, and you ended the stream. What are you doing? Snakes on a plane. Snakes on a plane. Snakes on a plane.
Yeah, so Mike is not here today. Well, he's in the chat right now, and I think he's just making sure that we're doing all right. I think he might have been a little nervous about leaving us the keys to the house.
Yeah.
Party.
I'm going to be around yours in any second, Steph. You know that.
Right. We're gonna take good care of the house.
You and Jay are just going to party the night away, just on Mike's live channel.
Right. Party. And I sent him. He should be going to pick up our food too, because I ordered some food, and hopefully he's going to pick it up now, bring it home, so I'll actually have some food tonight. Because I've been on live and doing so much for my days off. I haven't really been eating because I haven't been cooking. So I've been forgetting to eat. So I had some popcorn like the day before yesterday, but that was it. So I'm like, yes, I need some food. So I sent him to get some food. So
bless it and bless you. But can I also say, just before we jump into whatever we're going to speak about tonight, for everybody to go in, and I'll drop Steph's link now. But Steph has just done a full reading of the whole of her first book, children's book, which we're going to release for free when we manage to get it all scanned and stuff. It'll be via email. But she's read the whole entire thing for essentially for Plotter, because Plotter's son was so enamored with it that he wanted to hear more. So that's the first edition, and then we've definitely got a second edition coming at some point, and hopefully a third edition as well, which you'll have to pay for. But the first edition is going to be free once we manage to get it all done. So please head over to Steph's YouTube channel so that you can watch that with your kids and see if they're interested in it. Because it comes from a very deep place. Do you just want to, before we get into it, Steph, do you want to explain where it came from again?
So I created the book, for my son. And I created it when my first husband was still alive. I started it, and then I finished it after he had passed away. But my son didn't. How
old were you, Steph? How old were you
when my husband passed?
Yes.
28. I was 28 when he passed. And so for my son, I think he was he's probably about 4 or 5, maybe 6, because it was like 2004, so I was 25, so that means he was 5. So he didn't really like to read too much or anything like that, and I wanted to encourage him to read, and it's kind of like an easy read. So so that he could like get a love for reading, and I wanted to create something that was a little bit realistic. And so, they have all these superheroes and stuff, and that's great for kids, but I wanted to encourage just being a kid, like just being a regular kid, and that's okay too. Like that's still great. Like you still have a great time, in your youth and being a child. So I wrote it. It's a very easy read. It's for reluctant readers, what they call them is, children that have a little bit more trouble reading. It's in the form of a chapter book, but it's just different stories. So it's 5 different stories in the first one. And yeah, that's why I created it, so that my son would have something to enjoy reading, and, something that, kind of connects him as well. So there's I pull from a lot of different places. Elwood was his father's legal name, and Elias was a person that I felt was his only friend. And those were their legal names. So people didn't know them by their names. They knew them by nicknames, but I knew both of their legal names. So only he and only the guy who's Elias, they know that I'm talking about them. Nobody else knows, because that's not the names that they go by anywhere else. So it was something that I created for him, and it just seemed to be something that kids actually enjoy. So I'm glad. I'm happy about that. That's great.
Yeah,
And my dream is to turn it into an animated series at some point. Like that's what I wanted to do with it, and I've made it to where it can spin off in a lot of different areas, because there's a lot of other kids that are involved as well. So, you can just kind of keep it going.
Yeah. So just to add to that, because Tiny's saying that she's dyslexic and only see the words at the same time. We're also planning to do. Obviously, this is going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight, but we're planning to do audiobooks of them as well. Maybe even Steph doing a version and me doing a version, or something like that. So that you've got different accents and languages, and well, even though it's the same language, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Maggie to translate it into French.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
There's loads of opportunities, and also I'm currently talking to somebody that might be able to make this Steph's dream come true of it being an animated series too. So yeah, so there's loads of opportunities with this, and because our campaign is all about the children, then because it's what we all 3 of us care deeply about, then all 4 of us, I should say, not even the 3 of us, all 4 of us care deeply about, then we're willing to do whatever it takes. So
yeah, absolutely. So so if you go to I did a live earlier. It's saying story time with Plotter and Rowan. So and Plotter gave me permission to put Rowan's name in there. I didn't want to put Rowan's name in there without Plotter's permission. So yeah. So he can play it anytime he wants.
Plotter, go on the roof, man. Not even upstairs, like the highest upstairs that you can go. Just go on the roof.
So I think, 𝗗𝗓 said I have to do the intro and the outro. So bear with me, guys, because I'm not Mike, but I'm gonna try this thing, and I talk with my hands. So so today we're gonna look at a video, Diddy's disturbing parallels to Epstein. Let's talk, and we're gonna get started right now.
Do you want me?
What'd you say?
No, I was going to say, did you want me to do the 107 thing?
Yes, let's do that. I'm going to put it up. You can read that for me. Yes. Let's do that.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright, and it's all under Section 107 of the 1976 Fair Use Policy. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Do the intro again.
All right. Diddy's disturbing parallels to Epstein. Let's talk about it. Here we go.
Nick Bryant, welcome back to the show.
Glad to be here, Sean.
The first episode we did was fire. Took off like a bat out of hell. And so now you're back. And
take two.
Yeah, here we go. So we're going to kick it off with P. Diddy. What the hell? And then you have a lot of updates on the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
I have some questions as well. And then you got a new book out. When did the book come out? The Truth About Watergate.
Came out in March.
It came out in March?
Yeah.
How's it doing?
It's doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. The narrative is completely antithetical to the narrative that we hear in the mainstream media. But I fortified it with 2,238 citations. So no one can tell me that I made any of this up.
Yeah. Well, hey, so we'll get to it. But first, last time I think we went through the entire interview and I forgot to give you your gift.
Yeah, I was a little bummed out about that when I realized.
Sorry. So I'm going to make it up to you right now.
Well, thank you.
Here we go. You got any guesses?
Thank you very much.
You have to open it on the show. That's the only rule.
I would say it's gummies.
Good guess after you open the bag up.
What do you know? It's gummies.
Vigilance Elite Gummy Bears, made right here in the USA, up in Michigan, actually. And they're legal in all 50 states, which we just had a great conversation about sobriety. So
yeah.
So they fit. It's just candy. But, well, Nick, I know you don't need an introduction on this show, but I'm going to give you one anyways. Here we go. You are a journalist and author who wrote several books, including The Franklin Scandal and your most recent book, The Truth About Watergate. With over a 30-year writing career, you've focused most of your work on the plight of lower socioeconomic children in the United States. You've spent 7 years investigating coast-to-coast child trafficking networks. You are an investigator of the Epstein network and published Epstein's Little Black Book. You launched a nonprofit organization, Epstein Justice, where the objective is to hold the government and perpetrators in the Epstein child trafficking network accountable. You were on the show last year, but you're back today to discuss the inside scoop on P. Diddy's case, as well as the connection between the cover-up of the Epstein child trafficking network and P. Diddy. I can't wait to get into this. It feels weird even saying I can't wait to get into this. It's so disgusting. But yeah, I got some questions about Epstein as well when we get to that point here. But Nick, we have a subscription account. It's on Patreon. I think you have a Patreon too, correct?
Yes, I do have a Patreon.
So one of the things that we give our patrons is we give them the opportunity to ask a question to each guest. And so, it's Patreon. Our patrons are our top supporters. I wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. They've been here since the beginning. And so I just love to offer them this opportunity. So this is from Tyler Studd. Despite significant evidence, figures such as Sarah Kellen have not faced the same level of prosecution as Ghislaine Maxwell. I can never pronounce her. Ghislaine. Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, I just hate to butcher her name. But what systemic issues in the legal system prevent these individuals from being held accountable, and what reforms do you believe are necessary to address this? So one, I have a question. Who the hell is 𝗟𝗑𝗡𝗢𝗡?
𝗟𝗑𝗡𝗡 was one of Epstein's procurers, a.k.a. pimps. And actually, the New York Times did an article on 6 Epstein procurers, a.k.a. pimps. And Maxwell was the leading one, but right below her was Epstein's number 2 lieutenant, 𝗟𝗑𝗡𝗢𝗡. And this woman has led a lot of lambs to the slaughter. She should be serving multiple lifetimes for child trafficking. Child trafficking is 15 to life. And Maxwell only getting 20, considering that she's been probably trafficking for 25 years, is a joke. But with Kellen, she should also be in prison with Maxwell. And again, as we've talked about it last time, we'll talk about it this time, the government has been completely unwilling to prosecute the procurers and the perpetrators in the Jeffrey Epstein network.
Well, it sounds like I know we're going to get into this, but it sounds like, what did you say her name?
𝗟𝗑𝗡𝗢𝗡.
The other one.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, Ghislaine. Sounds like she's got a pretty cush prison sentence.
Well, she's in a dormitory now, and generally people that are in dormitories, prison dormitories, they've been exemplary prisoners. They've done a lot of time, and they're getting ready to get released. And Maxwell got into a dormitory after like 2 years, so obviously she's been given very cush circumstances.
Why do you think the media is so hesitant to cover this shit?
I can speak from my own experience.
Well, not hesitant. They just won't cover it.
They won't cover it. The media...
Are they pro-sex trafficking? Is that what it is? They like child sex trafficking?
Well, the media will talk about things that are salacious. Anything that's salacious with Epstein, the media will talk about. But when you try to get into justice, the media won't go there at all. In January, I was contacted by CNN. There was going to be a big Epstein document dump. And I was contacted by CNN. And because I was the guy that put the black book on the internet, they wanted me to take part. And I talked to the producer, and then we were texting. And I said, I'd also like to talk about Epstein Justice. It's this organization I've started where we're trying to get justice for Jeffrey Epstein's victims. And then I got a text about, 20 minutes later, well, Nick, we're going to go a different direction.
Really?
Yeah. And that's happened to me.
So the mainstream media, they don't want any justice for these victims.
No. I mean, it's so bizarre to me that you've got the mainstream media out there and none of them are screaming for justice. Jeffrey Epstein trafficked underage girls for 25 years.
What is the youngest girl on record that he trafficked?
Okay, so on record, it's 13. The cover story is 14, but there were girls younger than actually 13.
Shit.
And I know a therapist. She's an eminent therapist. Over the years, I've been researching and writing about child trafficking for 22 years. And the National Center on Sexual Exploitation puts on an international summit. And I've spoken at the summit 3 times. And the International Society for the Study of Trauma and Dissociation, which is a group of therapists that work with victims that have been abused, gone through horrific abuse. I've spoken at their international conference. So when it comes to people in the anti-trafficking community and also people that work with victims of trafficking, I've got a pretty good name. And I've befriended a couple of them that have told me that, and one of them is really an eminent psychologist. I mean, I can't, because of our confidentiality, I can't, but people would know her. And she had a victim, she was counseling someone who she felt was under 10 years old when she was trafficked by Epstein. And then I know another therapist who's in a...
So I'm just going to pause real quick. Yeah, that's something that I also have an issue with, is when we start to find these monsters. I'll say we get the monsters, but we don't get everybody else involved with the monsters. And me personally, I feel like if you were involved in the heinous activities, providing services that, you know, completed these heinous activities or supported these heinous activities, then you need to go too. Like, you know, no, we didn't end the stream. What happened? To hear what's going on.
End stream. What's going on?
Yeah.
Is everybody still here?
Can you guys see the screen? I paused it. Is it still up? Oh, new. Okay, so they're not letting us play it. It says policy violation. They're not letting us play it. So you guys can't see it. So they probably can't hear me either.
Yeah, let's end the stream. But for everybody that's still inside chat, we're going to start a new stream and we'll come up with something. Don't worry, we're still here.
Okay.
There's a few issues, and I'm just going to say now before we end the stream to whoever is taking Tahir's name in the side chat, because I thought it was Tahir making a joke at first, but now I realise that it's not. You can go and do one, mate, whoever you are.
I don't think they can hear us. Let me restart a new stream. All right.
Tahir said we are back, so. But I need to drop.
Are we good to hear? Can you see us and hear us?
Yeah, Miss Gothy said that they can. So.
Okay. The reason the media don't report on it because they're about.
Tahir, can you send me that link? Can you send me that link, mate, so that I can drop out and come back and then do what I said that I was going to do? Please.
Okay. Okay. So can you guys still see the screen? Because I'll read the whole copyright again. Let me read the whole actual. Okay. All right. I'll just read the whole thing again just in case. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners. Content might be gossip, rumors, exaggerated, or indirectly beside the truth. Viewers are advised to do their own research before forming their opinion. The content might be opinionated, and yes, it most likely will be. I wanted to read it word for word just in case. All right, are we ready to go forward, Murph? You good? Oh, I think
I'm all good. Okay. I'm all good here. I'm just going to look for something that I need to do.
Okay.
But it's not coming
guys,
up.
I'm gonna push play. If it goes out, put ones in the chat if it goes out, so I know that it goes out. Thank you, guys.
Can you make the video a little? Can you make the video a little bit smaller, Steph?
Let's see.
It makes a massive difference. That's the only reason why I'm asking.
Smaller. Nope. I have full screen and I have. Yeah, I can't make it small. Tahir might be able to make it smaller on his end. I don't know. I can't make it small. Let me see. It's on the side of us. Yeah. Make video smaller, yes. 𝗗𝗓 won't let me make the video smaller. Can you make this video smaller? Make us bigger? There were 2 𝗗𝗓s and just saw 2 Murphs on the screen. That's interesting. Yeah, it only gives me full screen. Oh. Ah, there we go. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, is that too big? Oh, I gotta. Is that okay? So we gotta do it like this. Okay. Okay. We will do it like this. All right, guys. Murph, can you still hear Murph? Murph, say testing, testing. Oh, his mic. Okay. All right. I'm gonna play it.
Esteemed therapist who has another client that was under 10 years old when they were trafficked by Epstein. Now, and these kids can describe Epstein's home. They can describe parks that they were taken to by his home in New York. They know, and these 2 therapists firmly believe, now they're young women, that they're telling the truth. And the thing is, when I wrote the Franklin scandal, I mean, King and Spence, the 2 primary pimps in that network, they were into like adolescent boys. But these guys are psychopaths. Epstein's a psychopath. Maxwell's a psychopath. If you want an 8-year-old, they'll get you an 8-year-old. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, it's not like they're constricted by any type of morality.
All right, so we can't watch this, I guess. You guys are putting 1s. Thank you. Can you still hear me and see me?
New stream. 𝗗𝗓 saying we need a new stream.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna start a new stream. It's gonna say take 3. All right.
Yep. See you over there. See you over there. 𝗗𝗓, send me the link for the stream because